हाय भाई लोग, वेलकम टू माय चैनल द बंगाली रिएक्ट्स। तो आज फिर से जवान देखने जा रहा हूँ। ये मेरी तीसरी बार होगा। तो ये पागलपंती है मेरे शाहरुख खान के लिए, क्या ही कर सकूँ। तो आज मैं दिखाऊंगा और फिर से आके बताऊंगा कि थर्ड टाइम देखने का मेरा क्या रिएक्शन हुआ, मुझे फिर से कैसा लगा। तो ये सब शेयर करूँगा। तो भी जाते हैं और बाद में मिलते हैं। हाय गाइस, तो जैसे आप लोगों ने देखा है कि मैं आज तीसरी बार देखने गया था जवान। तो आई वुड लाइक टू डिस्कस फ्यू पॉइंट्स रिगार्डिंग दैट। सो द फर्स्ट पॉइंट दैट आई वुड लाइक टू डिस्कस इज द रिपीट वैल्यू एंड द व्यूइंग एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ जवान फॉर द थर्ड टाइम। तो मैं हमेशा ये मानता हूँ कि अगर आप कोई भी मूवी उठा लीजिए पूरी वर्ल्ड सिनेमा में और इंडियन सिनेमा में भी, जैसे शोले हो या फिर DDLJ हो, तो दैट मूवीज डू वेरी वेल इन बॉक्स ऑफिस बिकॉज ऑफ द रिपीटेड वैल्यू. High repeat value is very much essential for any movie to create high number in box office. So when Pathaan released, I was very much excited. Obviously, the SRK is coming back after 4 years. So I went into the theaters and I enjoyed it a lot. But while I watched Jawan today for the third time, I realized one thing, that the repeat value of Jawan is much higher than that of Pathaan. So there are several factors for that. First factor is the engaging screenplay. So the movie is almost 3 hours long, but still you won't feel like the movie is like stretching or the movie is boring or you are not feeling so much interested or invested into the screenplay. So it's absolutely tight screenplay. You will always feel like edge of the seat viewing experience. So that is the first point that is like very much engaging, so people will get hooked up. Second thing, that the blocks that Atlee has designed throughout the films, like anyone who has watched the films, so I don't think it's a spoiler. So the first scene, that is the introduction of the character of Vikram Rathore. So that is fantastically designed. So I really doubt that there hasn't been any better introduction of a hero in a commercial movie for Hindi cinema. So the Tamilian are doing it for a long period of time, but this is a new experience to the Hindi audience, and Atlee has nailed it. Now coming to the second part, that is the interval block. Oh my goodness, that is one of the best interval block that has been designed in Indian cinema, I would say. The way the character of Vikram Rathore comes into play and the way he charms the audience with his swag, excellent, absolutely brilliant. So that's the second thing. Third is that truck sequence, absolutely brilliant. Then the fourth sequence, I would say those hijacking scenes, like in hospital, again within the jail, where they will take hostages of those people, and then Sanjay Dutt will come. So that scene is also brilliant. So this is the second thing. And the third thing that I would like to say is that the music. Why I'm saying music? Because although when the album released, so we thought it's an average, because we had very high expectations from Anirudh, because the amount of work that he is doing today and the quality of he is doing is absolutely fantastic. So we had very high hopes, but we all felt that the songs in the movie album is not so good. It's average. But believe me guys, like when you are watching those songs in the big screen with packed theaters, like people are going nuts. People are going absolutely gaga over those songs. Like when Zinda Banda happened on the screen, like theater erupted. People are dancing on the chairs. Even in the last song, when the movie gets over, in the end credit scene, those Ramaya Vastamaya song come into the picture, and people gets absolutely nuts. So that's a fantastic thing to view as an audience. So this is my first point. Second point that I would like to discuss is from which movies or series Atlee was heavily inspired when he made Jawan. So like the first reference that I have noticed heavily is the reference of Lion King. So obviously there is a very famous dialogue in the movie where someone who is referring to Vijay Thalapathy that the one that you have caught is the Simba and Vikram Rathore is the Mufasa. So that dialogue is obviously taken from the reference of Lion King. That is very much obtained. Even if you see Vijay Sethupathiy's character, so he has a like mark in the forehead, so which is called a scar, right? So, and as we know in Lion King also there is a character called Scar. So there are a lot of resemblance. Second thing that I would like to say is that the second point or the second movie that I would like to say is that Indian. So the Indian movie is there. That is also a Tamil film with Shankar. So basically Atlee was the assistant director of Shankar. So obviously a lot of his work is heavily inspired by Shankar's filmography. So that is also there. Even if you see the character of Kaveri Amma, so as we know that the Kaveri Amma character has been taken, the name has been taken from the movie Swades. And last thing that just came into my mind is the heavy inspiration of the series Money Heist. So even if you see that metro scene where all the girls dressed up and it's a ready chief, so that frame is heavily inspired from Money Heist. Even the concept that although they are hijacking, they are doing it illegally, but still the audience, the mass people of the country is like cheering and hooting for those people. So those resemblances are very much there from Money Heist. So these are the like inspirations I think that he has taken from multiple films and multiple places. Obviously I think there are much more, but these are the things that are coming into my mind right now. Now the third point and the fourth point, I will discuss it together. That is the negative aspects of the movie Jawan and what is the future scope. So although we need to take this into mind that this is a commercial movie, this is not a perfect movie. No one is saying that it's a masterpiece, but it's a very good commercial movie. So the first negative point that I would say is that although Nayanthara has got few good screens and she's excellent in hand-to-hand combat. Take a bow, man, like what a combat scene that was. So she's very good in those scenes, but I believe that the character arc is not so good for Nayanthara, although she has shown a lot of potential and she's a terrible actor. She's a terrific actor. So there is no doubt about her acting potential. So that is one thing. And the next point that I would like to discuss is that the 6 girls who is there in SRK's squad. So I don't think that it was explored perfectly. So only there are 2 stories that we came to see. One is the Sania Malhotra story, another one is that Farmer's Girl. So I like the Sania Malhotra story best because obviously because of her acting and the way it was portrayed, it was very, very touchy. But I think they should have explored much more, especially Priyamani's story, because what I felt from the visuals that were popped up over the screen was that it was due to that Bhopal case, right? So they should have explored it much more. That's the point. Second point I would like to say is that like in the beginning scene, like when like the metro hijack scene is happening, so it's very quick, like SRK is switching to the point is very quick. So I thought that SRK's maniac part will play a much more vital role. I think if it did, then it would have been much more brilliant. But okay, so these are the few points that I thought. And another point, last point that I would like to say, although Vijay Thalapathy acted brilliantly, but I would say like it was not so menacing. Like in the climax of the movie where Vijay Thalapathy is fighting with 2 Shah Rukh Khans. So from an audience perspective, I never felt that Vijay Thalapathy can actually win over these guys. So I always have belief in the term that a villain is as good as hero, right? So if your villain is much more stronger, then only hero will get better and better. That's what happened in the KGF Part 2. See, Adhira was such a force to reckon. So Rocky Bhai's character was also elevated due to the presence of Sanjay Dutt. So I thought from that perspective, Atlee could have done a better job. But overall, I would say obviously it's a very good film and you should go and watch. Now coming to the future scope of the movie Jawan. So the future of Jawan, I guess all we have seen that Sanjay Dutt is coming in the climax scene or in the post credit scene, and he is giving another assignment to Shah Rukh Khan regarding Swiss Bank. So obviously there is a heavy chance, and I would say that it's almost confirmed that there will be Jawan 2. Now if you see like in today's world, especially in Indian cinema, like there is a concept of this universe happening a lot. Like Lokesh Kanakraj universe is happening, then Nelson universe is also happening. So there are a lot of things that are happening. The Rohit Shetty Cop universe. So there are a lot of universes happening. So according to the rumors, this is also a universe that is happening. I think going forward we will also see the character of Vijay Thalapathy from the movie Theri, because Theri 2 is also happening, right? So those things will come in together. So I think Jawan 2 is already happening. And so let's see, very much exciting news these are, and looking forward. And if going forward we can see Vijay Thalapathy and Shah Rukh Khan together in the screen sharing spaces, entire Indian audience, entire India, north, south, east, west, no matter wherever you are, every Indian, like theaters will get erupted. There will be volcano everywhere, and God bless Indian box office. So hopefully we'll be able to see those kind of things. So yeah, these in short were my views regarding the movie Jawan and the various aspects of the movie Jawan. And do let me know your thoughts on the comment section. So till then, goodbye. मिलते हैं अगले वीडियो पे. बाय गाइस.